This video presents a comprehensive checklist for a federal performance-based standards detention audit review covering PBNDS, ACA, PBS, and PREA standards. We begin with sections 1 and 2, focusing on safety and order. This section covers standards 1.1 through 2.4, addressing operational control and constitutional rights. Part 1 addresses safety and security, starting with 1.1, use of force. All use of force incidents must be recorded, documented, and reviewed by a multidisciplinary committee within 72 hours. Auditors will verify committee minutes and compare video files to written narratives. Standard 1.2 is tool and key control. The requirement is that shadow boards are used for all tools, inventory logs match physical counts, and no unauthorized keys are in secure zones. Auditors will perform a blind inventory and verify the red tag system for broken tools. This slide duplicates the previous information on tool and key control, emphasizing the importance of shadow boards, matching inventory logs, and strict key control in secure areas. Standard 1.3 covers searches. Searches must be performed by same-gender staff, and strip searches require reasonable suspicion and approval. The audit process involves reviewing strip search logs for justification and verifying gender consistency in the logs. Standard 1.4, Special Management, requires detainees in segregation to have daily access to medical staff and 1 hour of recreation daily. Auditors review recreation logs and verify medical rounding signatures. 1.5, Incident Tracking, requires the facility to track assaults per 100 residents and staff injuries with monthly trend analysis. Auditors verify PBS data entry and check for corrective action plans. Part 2, Order and Justice, begins with 2.1, Grievance System. Grievance boxes must be accessible without staff mediation, and emergency grievances must be prioritized within 24 hours. The audit includes inspecting boxes for locks and tracking medical grievance response times. Standard 2.2, Legal Access, requires the law library to be equipped with LexisNexis and handbooks to be available in the top 5 spoken languages. Auditors will test the LexisNexis login and inventory translated handbooks. 2.3 covers discipline. Detainees must receive written notice of charges 24 hours prior to a hearing and have the right to a staff representative. Auditors review files for notice timestamps and confirm offers of staff representation. Standard 2.4, Social Climate, looks for frequent staff-detainee interactions and communication logs and active staff presence. Audit instructions include observation of dayroom activity and interviews with detainees on staff responsiveness. Next are sections 3 and IV, focusing on health and environment, which cover standards 3.1 through 4.3. This includes medical care, mental health, and physical plant. Part 3, Health and Care, begins with 3.1, Intake Screening. 100% of arrivals must receive a medical and mental health screening within 12 hours. Auditors compare booking times with medical chart times and check referrals for positive screening answers. Standard 3.2 is Suicide Prevention. High-risk detainees must be on constant or 15-minute staggered watch, with monitoring logs showing no gaps. Auditors review logs for staggered times and verify line of sight for constant watches. 3.3, Language Access, requires telephonic interpretation or bilingual staff for all medical encounters. Audit instructions include checking medical notes for interpreter ID usage and testing clinic dual handset phones. Standard 3.4 addresses medication management. Medications must be securely stored, and medication administration records, or MARs, must show no missed doses without documentation. Auditors spot check MARs and verify narcotics are under double lock. Part 4, Environmental Health, starts with 4.1, Hazardous Materials. Safety data sheets, or SDS, must be available, and chemical inventory levels checked daily. Auditors verify the SDS binder matches laundry chemicals and check dilution stations for labels. 4.2 covers sanitation. Floors, showers, and food prep areas must be free of mold, pests, and standing water. The audit includes inspecting shower drains and checking food storage for signs of pests. Standard 4.3, Fire Safety, mandates quarterly fire drills for each shift and monthly inspection of extinguishers. Auditors check extinguisher tags and verify that night shift drills are included in the logs. The final major sections are V through X, focusing on compliance and special standards, covering 5.1 through 10.2, including PREA, juvenile, personnel, legal, and mental health. Part 5, PREA, begins with 5.1, Zero Tolerance. Zero tolerance posters must be visible, and policies must cover staff and detainee-on-detainee abuse. Auditors verify signage and interview detainees about their policy knowledge. Standard 5.2, Reporting, requires access to at least one anonymous and confidential method for reporting sexual abuse, such as a hotline. Auditors test the hotline from housing units and confirm PREA mail is privileged. Part 6, Juvenile, includes 6.1, Deinstitutionalization. Status offenders cannot be held in secure detention unless a valid court order or VCO applies. Auditors review intake records for status offenses and verify VCOs are on file. 6.2 is Sight and Sound Separation. Juvenile detainees must have no sight or sound contact with adult inmates anywhere in the facility. Auditors inspect intake separation and review transport schedules and CCTV footage. Part 7, Personnel, starts with 7.1, Background checks. Criminal history checks must be completed and adjudicated for all staff prior to hire. Auditors audit random HR files for clearance letters and fingerprint results. Standard 7.2 covers licensing. Medical, mental health, and educational staff must possess valid and active state licenses. Auditors cross-reference the roster with state boards and check for primary source verification. Part 8, Construction, addresses 8.1, Occupancy class. Facility construction must meet use condition classifications as defined in NFPA 101. Auditors review the certificate of occupancy and compare the bed count to egress capacity. 8.2 is Means of egress. Locked doors in the egress path must have remote release mechanisms operable from a manned location. Auditors test the remote release from control and test manual override keys. Part 9, Legal access, includes 9.1, Legal visitation. The facility must provide private, non-monitored spaces for attorney-client visits. Auditors inspect rooms for recording devices and verify sound privacy. 9.2 covers legal calls. Detainees must be able to make unmonitored legal phone calls facilitated within 24 hours. Auditors audit the phone system for privacy flags and review legal call request logs. Part 10, Special management, starts with 10.1, SMI housing. Detainees with serious mental illness, or SMI, should not be placed in restrictive housing, except in exigent circumstances. Auditors cross-reference SMI caseloads with Special Management Unit logs and verify exigent circumstance waivers. Standard 10.2 is Clinical rounds. Medical and mental health professionals must conduct face-to-face, wellness rounds in the Special Management Unit daily. Auditors observe rounds to ensure face-to-face contact and verify rounding signatures. Thank you for reviewing this video. For more information, please visit www.Corrections.Training or contact Ismail Arellano. This slide provides a list of image sources used in the video. This slide continues the list of image sources for the video content.